Hey everyone, and welcome to Forever Sport. We've got one of those load-shedding editions going on. It's a little scary, I know. We'll get through it quickly. Super game of rugby, though. We've just watched URC action um, from Galway on the west coast of Ireland. Connacht taking on the Lions from South Africa. And in the end, fine performance from the South Africans, who for more than an hour of the game had to play with just 14 players. Following the red card that prop Asinati Nklabakanya got in the 17th minute. But let's start at the beginning. Kicked off in windy conditions, crowd of about 8,000 in at the Dexmore in Galway. And a good start by the Lions. They looked adventurous, they looked aggressive, and they were rewarded after 7 minutes when Franco Horn scored with a try under the post. This is after the Lions had been pounding away at the Connacht try line for a good few minutes, held on to possession well. Connacht defended, but then a gap, and Horn crashed through that try underneath the post, converted by Jordan Hendricks, who had a good game today. Lions led by 7 points to 0. 2 minutes later, though, it looked as if they'd conceded. I say look because the try was eventually ruled out following consultation by the referee Evans from Wales. In the 9th minute, left wing for Connacht, Andrew Smith got the ball from broken play right up against the touchline, ran side to side, sideways for about 20 metres, beat 6-7 Lions defenders running that line, and then suddenly a gap opened up, and he stepped off his right foot, cut left, crashed across the try line, and it looked as if he scored. But as it turned out, no, he'd lost the ball in crossing the line, and I'm not sure if it was a tackle. He was tackled, but I don't think that dislodged the ball. He just to lose it as he went over the try line. And following consultation with the TMO, Rory Evans ruled it out. So what would have been a super try for Connacht to score just straight after the Lions had scored their try was ruled out. On 17 minutes, they did get their try, though. Connacht, their impressive number 6, Cian Prendergast, going over after they'd been pounding away at the Lions line in turn. TMO had a look, no trouble at all. Cian Prendergast definitely went over for the try. Hanrahan converted. And once that had happened, the referee was alerted by the TMO to possible foul play. He had a look, and Asinati Nklabakanya, for a dangerous tackle, which was ruled foul play, was given straight red in the 17th minute, which put the Lions under a lot of pressure, but it was something that they managed to cope with very well. So 17 minutes gone. It was 7 points all. And then after 26 minutes, the second of the Lions tries coming. Pretorius, very impressive, crossing from a driving maul. The Lions had taken a few kicks to touch. They were bossing the lineouts and winning their ball very easily at the lineout. And they had a penalty, which was taken to within 5 or 6 yards. A line out 5 or 6 yards from the Connacht try line. They went long from a driving maul. The very impressive Pretorius crashed over for a try. Hendricks, unfortunately, missing that conversion. So the score was 12-7 and all the way through until halfway. Impressive game of rugby. It really was an enjoyable game to watch, but no more score until halftime. We got to the halfway mark with the Lions leading by 12 points to 7. Into the second half, and Connacht turning up the pressure and looking as if they were the team who were likely to score next, but moving the ball down their back line. A few forwards got involved, interplay between backs and forwards, and unfortunately, one of the passes was telegraphed, or from a Connacht point of view, unfortunately, one of the passes was telegraphed, and Van der Merwe, left wing for the Lions, intercepted, breakaway try, ran all the way through, scored behind the posts. Hendricks had converted, and suddenly the Lions, 10 minutes into the second half, were out to a 19 points to 7 lead. That 12-point lead lasted for about 6 or 7 minutes, and then Hanrahan, fly half for Connacht, a long and sustained period of pressure by the home side, and fly half Hanrahan eventually on loop again. Forwards bashing at the line, Lions defending for all their worth, and then Connacht eventually varying it, and a loop pass through to Hanrahan allowed the fly half to run around and finish off the try for them. Their second try, converted it himself, and the score was 19-14, game on. Straight from the kickoff, Lions onto the attack, and the self-same Hanrahan who'd scored a try then took a knee, going in for a tackle, took a knee to the head, and he was off for a concussion test. He didn't come back onto the field. Hanrahan off, and replacement fly half Currie came on for Connacht in the 57th minute. 5 minutes later, that 19-14 lead became 26-14 when, out of nowhere, the Lions, outside centre, Eric Cronier, received the ball in a standing position. Didn't seem as if he had anywhere to go, but sort of started moving forward, stepped off his left foot, stepped off his right foot. Next thing, it looked as if he was going nowhere. Suddenly a gap opened up, and he absolutely burst through it. No one put a hand on him. He scored underneath the posts for Jordan Hendrickse to convert. That was in the 62nd minute, 26-14. And it was looking good for the Lions. That was their fourth try, their bonus point try. On 70 minutes, the 14 men extended their lead even further. The very impressive Franco Horn, probably the try of the game. Impressive interplay between the backs and the forwards. It saw Pretorius, very impressive Pretorius, offload to the very impressive Franco Horn for him to finish and score his second try of the game. 10 minutes from time. And unfortunately, Jordan Hendrickse unable to convert this particular try. The fifth one scored by the Lions. They led by 31 points to 14. Players really out on their feet. Connacht throwing absolutely everything they could into the game just to try and maybe get a bonus point, to salvage a bonus point out of the game if they could. Narrow the lead to 7 points if possible, trailing 13-14. But players were getting tired. Benches were being emptied. Gaps were opening up. And in the end, replacement scrum half, Morne van Berg for the Lions, again from some impressive play. It stretched from Connacht 22 to the Lions try line, to the Connacht 10-yard line, to the Lions 22. And then from a scrum, the Lions worked the ball along their back line onto the left wing, where Van der Merwe, who'd been impressive today as well, he had a good game. He beat a man or two and then offloaded inside where replacement scrum half Morne van der Berg was running at pace. No one was going to catch him. He ran right through, finished behind the poles. Nice swallow dive to finish the move and finish the game. Converted by Jordan Hendrickse. Final score 38 points to 14. So good win for the Emirates Lions. They keep their top 8 aspirations alive. And really a fine advertisement for URC Rugby. Very, very enjoyable game to watch, despite the conditions. Very, very windy in Galway. Final score, 38 points to 14. Lions over the home side, Connacht. Thanks for joining us on the watch along. Thanks for joining us on this load shedding edition of the review. We're giving you as much light as we're able to from my phone at the moment. But the video was brought to you, and the review and the watch along was brought to you once again by our friends at BITDEFENDER. Forever Sports, proudly supported by BITDEFENDER, one of the global leaders in cybersecurity. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your company today. And hopefully next time we can do it without load shedding. Have yourself a great rest of what remains of your weekend. And thanks for joining us on the watch along.